Well, I think the first round of talks was fairly predictable in advance of the meetings, in the sense that both parties were going to essentially break the ice and get together, and it appears that that went off, quite smoothly and without any real problems, irrespective of all the talk that had gone around whether the discussions would be direct, that is, the US would be talking directly to the Iranians or indirectly via the Omani foreign minister. But this second round is a lot more complex, especially because of some of the utterances that were made by the various parties uh, in the days that pursued the first meeting. Uh, Chances of reaching an agreement, because both sides want to reach an agreement, is more than not wanting to reach an agreement. But there are serious issues over which compromise has to come about. And there's not much ground that the Iranians have except for saying that, look, we want some kind of an enrichment program. We don't want to, they can't lose face. And on the other hand, President Trump has to be able to tell the domestic audience in his own country, first and foremost, that I have been able to attain an agreement that is more favorable to the United States than what the previous agreement that I got out of, I unilaterally reneged out of, is. I don't think anything is likely to be reached this weekend. The point is, uh, how the talks go this weekend will demonstrate, or will be able to, or may be able to show us if at the end of the tunnel there is going to be some light. In other words, whether there's some kind of an agreement could be in the making. But I think if these negotiations fall apart, then there will be military strikes against Iranian nuclear sites and possibly some other infrastructure on Iran, on Iranian soil, water, electricity, oil facilities, things of those natures, which the Iranian economy seriously cannot afford to have. Contrary to what the Iranian supreme leader had at first said, that we will never talk with the Americans. It's a dishonorable act to even sit with the Americans. So they have essentially eaten their words. So they are there. So why are they there in face of all that they have said? It's because they want to reach an agreement to avoid those extreme scenarios. But the level is how skillfully or delicately the Americans are able to present a package which is better than what JCPOA was, and which the Iranians will find acceptable.